We're at the Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show in Washington, D.C. We're with Jason Bochniak, and we're talking about his modified Harley and the D&D pipe that he has on there with the 2-into-1. Jason, tell us about the 2-into-1 pipe you have and the Boarzilla.
Yep, I have a D&D 2-into-1 2-inch Boarzilla. And it wasn't my idea. I had befriended a guy by the name of James Ramsey down at Zippers. Really knowledgeable guy. I mean, this guy really knows a lot about fuel, the ECM, how to make a motor breathe, and what's important about the back pressure. And he said that the D&D Boarzilla is a product that's a must-have for the configuration that I have with the supercharged motor. So I went with his advice and bought it. And the first thing I noticed about it was the different curves on the pipes. It appears that the two pipes are exactly the same length, and I think that's by design to keep the same pressure in each cylinder head. And then they go back into this big collector back here. It's got a very, very big baffle in it, which gives it a really good, throaty, full-bodied sound. It doesn't sound like a bike that doesn't have a baffle in it. It's very loud and lets the motor breathe, but has a wonderful sound to it. And I've noticed the difference between the staggered Vance and Hines that I had. This is a far superior product, and I'm just so pleased that James was able to tell me about it. I have a very high performance engine here with heads where I've got a 2.125 intake and 1.675 exhaust. I've got a 60mm throttle body, and they really complement themselves for the way the heads have been modified and ported. So I have I think it's a 1.875 exhaust exit or a 2-inch exit for the pipes. I may be off on those measurements, but I'm pretty close. All in all, it's just a great performance pipe. Really helps me with my low-end torque to achieve the horsepower that I need. When we did a dyno on this thing, it was kind of fascinating to see my torque line. I get 172 horse at 6,200 RPM. It was a straight shot line up, and the only reason I didn't get close to 200 is I didn't let it rev out to 7,000 RPMs, but that just hurts your motor. And the thing I noticed was my torque line stopped at 5,000 RPMs at 143 foot-pounds of torque all the way straight through, and I really attribute that in part to D&D's Boarzilla helping me get to that torque line, that max torque at such a lower RPM than a higher RPM.
How was the fit and finish on that?
The fit and finish was perfect. It bolted right up. There wasn't any need for any modification, and in fact the way they've got the back pipe bent out, it's a little easier to get to the bolts. This is a fuel-injected model. They came pre-fitted with the openings for the fuel, for the oxygen sensors.
The O2 sensor?
Yeah, the O2 sensors. And with the Thundermax ECM that James Ramsey also recommended, it's a wonderful marriage. It really helps me tune that bike and get the maximum horsepower. And like I said, I attributed that significantly to the D&D Boarzilla.
So basically you have good fit and finish, it sounds great, and the performance of it is more than you could ask for.
More than I can ask for. If anybody out there has a high performance motorcycle, whether it be naturally aspirated or fuel injected, naturally aspirated or supercharged or turbocharged, the D&D Boarzilla by far is your best bet.
Jason, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to be in the money here on this next one. This is our first place winner, and you know, we've had variations of winner on this tour. And this bike really stood out. It was really kind of based as a traditional cruiser, but really taken above and beyond. Our winner, first place for the modified Harley class in Washington, D.C. Ultimate Builder Show is Jason. Excellent job. When you look at the detail and the brilliance of this bike, it just really stood out. People were gathered around all weekend. ProCharger, D&D Boarzilla, the 50-spoke wheels and the beach bars for that traditional look, but he really took it above and beyond, chroming it to the max. Just brilliant. Kind of took your breath away looking at it, and you realized what was going on there.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason. We really appreciate it.
Tell me about the bag.
In the bag, we have this nice travel bag and the race tuners inside. So on your next project, you'll get some great performance to go along with that ProCharger.
Where can I cash this?
I'm not sure where you can cash that. $3,000. That's a good effort for the weekend, but not a fraction of what it cost them to put that type of machine together.